Hello and welcome to another episode of Blastercated Painting. Today we're going to be painting yet another character with no lines that is still cooler than some characters with lines. So today we're going to be painting Dengar. This is a 3D print and it is done by SkullForge Studios. It is awesome. I love this sculpt. There's just something about the bounty hunters. They're the coolest characters. It helps we didn't know anything about them. They were mysterious. They had awesome designs. There's just something about them. And this miniature really is something. I love it. SkullForge Studios, if you see this video, please do Forlom and Zuckuss. I know that you have a Zuckuss from before, but you also had a Dengar from before, and this one is way better. Please do a Forlom and Zuckuss, because then I have all those bounty hunters. Please, I'll beg. Do you need me to beg? First thing we're going to do is spray this guy black, then we're going to hit him with the airbrush white from above and give him a pretty heavy zenithal. Then we're going to take some skeleton horde, and this is going to go all over the bandages and all the undersuit that he has. I'll tell you ahead of time, I used a reference photo for this. I use a lot of reference photos for all the color schemes for any of the Star Wars stuff. A really good place to find good reference photos is Sideshow Collectibles. They do a lot of busts and toys, and their stuff is really, really good. So they usually have the color schemes down pat. And we're going to take some Garaghak's sewer, and this is going to go all over his armor pieces. We're also going to put this on certain parts of the backpack. And we're going to take some Camo Cloak, and this is just going to go on these straps on the backpack, holding on those pieces. We're going to switch over to some Runic Grey. Now this is going to go on all these straps on the ankle guards and also his belt. We're going to take some Gore Grunta Fur. This is going to go on the pouches on his belt here and also the holster for his blaster. Now we're going to take some Beasty Brown and we're going to mix this with a little bit of dark wood. And this is going to be used just to highlight up his armor. And this is going to be a really subtle first highlight. Something about using the speed paint mixed with regular paints that seem to tone down the highlights quite a bit. They'll go on pretty bright, but they'll dry quite a bit darker. But it's a really nice subtle way to start doing your highlights. And we're going to take some Bone White, and we are going to use this to highlight up all those bandages and undersuit. And on the spots like this on the arm, to retain that zenithal that we still kind of want to keep, we just want to do really scratchy little highlights on there. Next, we're going to take some Parasite brown, and we're going to use this to add some really scratchy highlights to his pouches on his belt here and the holster. Next, we're going to take some Chainmail silver, and this is just going to go on these two little spots on his backpack. We're going to go back to our Beasty brown and Darkwood mix and add a little white to it and do another kind of scratchy highlight on that armor. And this will be the same thing. It's going to dry a lot darker than it goes on. And we're going to take some Wolf Grey, and we're going to do a scratchy highlight as well on his belt and on his straps holding on his ankle guards. Then we're going to move over to Ishtar Pink, and this is going to go all over his face. Now, while we're waiting for that to dry, we're going to take some Sand Golem, and we're going to put this on the little bedroll that he has on his backpack. We're going to take some Gravelord Grey, and this is going to be used on his blaster and his DLT-19. Once that skin is dry, we're going to take some Berserker Bloodshade, and we're just going to put this all over the face. Now, we don't want it to pool too much. We just want it to be a nice coating and just pool where it's supposed to. So if you need to, move it around, dry off your brush, and wick off some of that paint if you need to. Once that shade has dried, we're going to take that Ishtar Pink one more time, and now we're just going to go through and just highlight up all the spots where the Berserker Bloodshade didn't settle. We're going to take some Pale Flesh, and now we're going to add a little bit of the Ishtar Pink together with this, and now we're going to use this as a final highlight on that skin. So we still want to leave a little bit of just the Ishtar Pink that we highlighted, but now we just want this as the final top highlight. And we're going to take some Desert Sand Earth texture from Vallejo. This is just going to get slammed all over the base. And we're going to take some of the bigger rocks here and kind of set them into this stuff while it's still wet. And after that, we're going to take a little bit of sand and just dribble that onto the base. Then we're going to take some Zealot Yellow once everything's dried, and we're going to coat the base in this. This is how I've been doing the basing for all my Shadow Collective guys, and I assume I'll use this character as a proxy for IJ88 or Bosk or Cad Bane. We will put a black rim around the base, and this guy is finished. And he turned out better than I'd hoped. I am super happy with this miniature. It's such a cool sculpt. The paint job turned out really nice. I'm really, really happy. I honestly can't describe to you how much I really love this miniature. It's so cool. And the things that these digital sculptors are doing, especially SkullForge, is they're releasing huge amounts of miniatures every month for you to print off, or through printing services, and get all sorts of proxy sculpts for your game. It's awesome. I love 3D printing Star Wars stuff, and I love painting them. I can use this character for a lot of different characters in the game, too. I'm just going to say one more time, SkullForge Studios, please do Forlom and Zuckuss as soon as possible. Again, I'll beg if necessary. Please go back and watch our ogre video that we put out a couple weeks ago. We are giving that box of ogres away. They have been painted, and one of you can win by being a subscriber and leaving a comment on that video. So please go back and give it a watch, guys. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, and you guys have a great day. First thing we're going to do is give this guy a black spray and then a spray from above with the airbrush, the zenithal. This is a bad sentence structure. Now that that skin is dried, we're going to see some... Now that that skin is dried, we're going to take some Berserker Blood Rage. That is so hard to say!